This segment is taken from the AOL News article, Boston Marathon Bombers College Friends Face Sentencing, by Denise Lavoie, and then further analyzed by myself. Forgive me if my pronunciation is not correct. It was 3 days after the stunning bombing of the Boston Marathon, and the FBI was asking for the public's help in identifying two suspects by releasing photos of them mingling with the crowd. Hours later, three members of Zarnev were in his dorm room. One was later convicted of obstructing the bombing investigation by removing items from Zarnev's room, while a second pleaded guilty to identical charges. A third was convicted of lying to the FBI. All three friends who attended the University of Massachusetts Dartmouth with Zarnev faced sentencing this week. Azamat Zayakov and Dias Karabayev, both natives of Kazakhstan, impeded the investigation by taking Zarnev's backpack and computer from his dorm room. Rubel Filipos lied about being with them in Zarnev's room when they removed the items. 3 people were killed and more than 260 were injured in the April 15, 2013 bombing. Zarnev, 21, has been condemned to death by a federal jury and is awaiting formal sentencing on June 24th. Prosecutors say there is no evidence any of the friends knew of plans by Zarnev and his older brother to bomb the marathon, but they are asking for 7 years for prison for Karabayev and 4 years for Zayakov for impeding the investigation and the attack at a time when authorities were frantically searching for the bombers. In sentencing memos filed in court, prosecutors say both men had the power to help law enforcement identify Zarnev and prevent additional violence, possibly including the murder of MIT police officer Sean Collier, who was killed by the Zarnev brothers as they tried to flee the area after the FBI released their photos. Tamerlan Zarnev, 26, died after a shootout with police. Alvaro Zakar Tarnev murdered Officer Collier. The defendant, Caleb Bayev, recognized that his friend Zarnev was the fugitive bomber. Any reasonable, decent person possessed of the information the defendant had would have recognized that immediate apprehension of Zarnev was a public safety imperative. Prosecutors wrote in their sentencing memo for Karabayev. Karabayev's lawyers are objecting to a bid by prosecutors to allow Collier's family to give victim impact statements during a sentencing hearing, arguing that he did not cause Collier's death. The Zarnev brothers alone were responsible for the murder of Sean Collier. Attorneys Robert Stahl and Laura Gassiorowski wrote in the court filing. Judge Douglas Woodlock granted a motion to seal the defense sentencing memo from public view, so it is unclear what sentence Karabayev's lawyers are seeking. They did not return a call seeking comment. Zayakov's attorney, Arkady Buk, said he is hoping the judge will sentence Zayakov to time served for the 2 years he has already spent in custody. Buk and Zayakov have an enormous amount of sympathy for the victims of the bombing, and have absolutely no desire to shield nor support the terrorists. He said that when the FBI released his photos, Zayakov had a level of uncertainty of whether Zarnev was really one of the suspects. Buk said even Zayakov has difficulty explaining why he did what he did. This is not a gentleman or a boy who is a jihadist and has clear intent to destroy America. This is the guy who just made the wrong move at the wrong time, Buk said Monday. As Zayakov was convicted of conspiracy and obstruction of justice, Karabayev pleaded guilty to the same charges and under agreement with prosecutors who will recommend that he serve no more than 7 years in prison. Karabayev is scheduled to be sentenced Tuesday. Zayakov and Filipos are scheduled to be sentenced Friday in separate hearings. Philippos faced up to 8 years in prison. His lawyers also did not immediately return calls seeking comment. I honestly don't know what to say. I mean, what goes on in these guys' heads that could make them honestly believe that doing terrorist activities is proper behavior and they are serving whatever deity they worship and would condone these activities? I just don't know. Some of you may recall that in Season 2, Episode 4, that I discussed Zarnia going into trial. I have to say that getting the death penalty is exactly what he wanted in the first place, and that by killing him would make him a martyr, but apparently 12 people disagree with me. So honestly, what can I do in this kind of situation where I cannot change opinions as just one man? Notice I said this kind of situation. And I hope that as one man I can change the world.